I'll close off with some of the meetings and speaking engagements I've attended since my last update. In October, I took part in the AFN Task Force on Reform and Restructure. We had our Six Nations Remembrance Day ceremony on October 17th. We do have a drainage and ditching committee is looking at how can we address the drainage problem in parts of our community that has been created by the government ditches. And in an effort to look at solutions, we had a meeting with the Ontario Environment Commissioner, Gordon Miller, who was quite helpful for us. I also attended the banquet that the Polytech held for their Champions of Change conference that was held in October. We had a Korean TV crew here as well that I did an interview with on missing and murdered Indigenous women. I also spoke in Brantford at the Kiwanis Club and attended the Dreamcatcher Fun Gala in Hamilton. And during the end of October, I was invited to speak to the grade 3 and 4 class at MLEC General School, which was very interesting because they wanted to know about my role, and they also wanted to know about how the elected council worked. October was also Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we had Pink Shirt Day on October 24th, and everyone was asked to take pink shirts to promote breast cancer awareness. In addition, the Six Nations Police held Cuts for Cancer on October 29th, and the proceeds they made went to the 2 young girls that are suffering from leukemia. I also took part in the Halloween party at the Iroquois Lodge and won a prize for most original costume. And we attended the O.M. Smith School Halloween event. In November 1st, I also attended the Thankavet luncheon that is held in Brantford every year, and this is to honor all of the veterans in Brantford and Brant County and from Six Nations. And I'm glad there was a good contingent of veterans from Six Nations there. Derek Miller and other performers also launched the Six Arrows Media Studio in our community, and it was webcast live, and it was an excellent show. I took part in that. It was performances by Logan Stotts, Derek Miller, Sherry Miracle, and other of artists in our community, and they're hoping to do more broadcasts out of that studio. We've also been taking part in health and safety inspections at the schools, and I was at O.M. Smith School last week before I went to the conference with the daycare staff. Some of the Remembrance Day services, I was at New Credit last Sunday, and then on Remembrance Day itself, I went to the services in Brantford and laid a wreath on behalf of Six Nations and our students. I also went to a political confederacy meeting this week with the Chiefs of Ontario. And Wednesday night, November 12th, we had our annual General Assembly where we provided information to the community members and presented our annual audit. I also want to mention the launch of a website on the Great War that the Great War Centenary Association has launched, which explores the history of Brantford, Brant County, and Six Nations during the Great War. It includes information on all the veterans that were in that war, and it's very interesting. I encourage people to take a look at it. Some of the upcoming meetings, tomorrow again we're having our Santa Claus Parade and the lacrosse celebration on Sunday. I know that the Rochester Nighthawks are having a banquet. On Tuesday, I'm going to Toronto to take part in the launch of the Aboriginal Pavilion for the Pan Am Games. That'll be at Fort York, which is just outside of Exhibition Place. Next Saturday, there is going to be a workshop at the community to lend support to those families who have lost family members due to suicide. And following that, I'll be going to the Gretzky Centre to take part in the opening of the Brantford Sports Hall of Fame. We have a number of our community members who have been inducted into that Hall of Fame, so it's going to be an exciting event because they have a new hall in the new Gretzky Centre. At the end of the month, November 26th and 27th, I, along with the other Chiefs of Ontario and the Grand Chiefs, will be holding days at the Legislature and meeting with a number of provincial cabinet ministers on a variety of issues. That'll be over 2 days, and then on Friday, November 28th, we'll be meeting with Premier Kathleen Wynne. There will also be a gala on the 26th to honor all the former Ontario regional chiefs. And on November 30th, we're going to have our high school graduation awards where we recognize all our high school grads and give out awards for highest averages for grade 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then at the beginning of the month, I've been invited to attend the inauguration of the 2 mayors in our Mayor Friel, Chris Friel in Brantford, and Mayor Eddy in Brant County. And then in December, of course, we'll be going to the Special Assembly in Winnipeg. That's it for this month. Thank you very much. Nyawa.